Welcome to Beatz and Eatz. I'm Chef Net. Today we're making a honey Mandarin chicken and shrimp bowl. So good. As you see, we have all our ingredients already prepped. We have our bell peppers, our garlic, our sumo mandarins, quite delicious. Oh my goodness. We have our honey, our sesame seeds, our green onions, our walnuts. We got those little tips of asparagus for that extra fiber. We've got our shrimp that's seasoned and our chicken ready to go. And we're gonna add a little heat with some red pepper flakes. Ready? Let's go. So we're gonna get it warmed up over here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cook my vegetables, my mandarins, my bell peppers, and my honey, get those softened up. These heat up pretty fast, so there's no preheating required. Just turn it on. A few minutes, you're ready to cook. So I'm gonna add some oil to the pan for my vegetables. I'm cooking this in a cast iron because I want that nice crisp outer coating on my vegetables. Add some for the shrimp. It's getting nice and warm. And this recipe was inspired by my brother, because he really loves bowls. He really loves like Asian inspired food. So this is dedicated to him. My shrimp is already seasoned. I seasoned my shrimp with some garlic powder, some Old Bay, just a little bit of seafood seasoning, and some little salt. I seasoned my chicken with salt, pepper, and I think that was it. Salt, pepper, seasoning salt. Not just regular table salt, seasoning salt. So as I said, I have my bell peppers, my red bell peppers, and my green bell peppers to give it some color. Let's see if that pan is ready to go. Bring the temperature down some. I'm going to slow cook these vegetables with the honey. And I don't want to overcook my garlic and burn it. So I'm going to add just a little bit of more oil so I don't risk burning my garlic. And that extra oil is going to help when I start to cook, when I add in my honey. I want to create like a glaze, a reduction. And my guest of honor, my mandarins. These are sumo mandarins, excellent tasting mandarins, the best I have ever had. They're in season from January to April, winter, spring fruit, if you will. Turn the fire just a little bit. This pan is definitely ready to go. I see the oil shimmering. When you see your oil shimmering, it's an indicator that it's time to cook. And I'm gonna hold out because it doesn't take shrimp that long to cook. So I'm just gonna hold out on that. And as you can see, I cut my vegetables, my bell peppers. I didn't cut them too small because I wanted to be chunky in my bowl. My honey Mandarin shrimp and chicken bowl. So I'm gonna let that come up to temperature a little bit. I hear it. These are all garnishing. My walnuts, green onions, sesame seeds. And if you want to cook yours, I use grapeseed oil. But if you want to do a sesame oil, you can do that to get that nice nutty flavor to it. We're cooking now. And you can cook this in a cast iron like I'm doing. You can cook it in a larger skillet, or you can put it in a wok. I'm gonna add my mandarins in and my honey and start to make my glaze. I'm so excited, oh my gosh. So if you want to get things cooking a little faster, you can always put a lid on it. Literally put a lid on it and get that steam in there and soften it. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And even if you need to add a little bit of water to give it that steam, you can do that as well. And as I'm producing the food, I'm producing a beat in my head. So you get the Beatz and you get the Eatz. And I'm looking forward and I'm excited about the beat that is gonna go with this meal today. So see, once I put the lid on it, how it just cranked up with the cooking and the temperature. You can hear it. Oh, it's cooking now. And you cook your vegetables to your texture. If you like a crispy vegetable, you know, just let that sit, let that cook until you get your desired crispness. If you like a softer vegetable, just let it cook and just keep adding that water and let that steam do the work with the cast iron skillet. It is smelling heavenly with the garlic in it. It is so pretty. You want your colors. Eat your rainbow. Eat the colors in the rainbow of your food. So you ensure that you get all of your nutrients, all of your vitamins, and you have to worry and wonder, am I getting all my nutrients? You eat the rainbow, chances are you're going to get everything that you need. Still letting it cook down. I think I'm going to go ahead and in a few minutes add the mandarins in and add my honey in. Then I'm going to take it out. We'll see. I need to take it out the pot, take the vegetables and the honey and the mandarins out, and then cook the chicken in. But we're playing it by ear, right? This is Beatz and we do what we want. I can hear that beat. And I incorporate Beatz into this because as a kid, I always loved music, I always loved percussion, and I always loved food. And I think the two are married. You can't have one without the other. I mean, you could, but what fun would that be, right? So this is the Eatz, and you got the Beatz coming. So with any good meal, you have to layer, you have to add your ingredients, which is similar to a beat. Your ingredients are your instruments, your melodies, your chords, your strings, your percussion, all coming together and making one great meal. And that's what we're doing right now. It's still warm, ready to go. Keep checking on this. Let it sweat some more. Add just a little more oil to prepare my pan for my mandarins and my honey. I love Asian bowls and Asian inspired bowls. They're quick, they're easy to make, they're filling, they're healthy. They leave you with energy. As you see, we have our nuts, we got our healthy fats, we got our proteins, we got our vitamin C, we got our honey for the good anti-inflammatory, good for healing. We got our fiber and our asparagus tips here. And if you don't want to use meat products, animal products, you can always use tofu. That's a good alternative to meat. You can use edamame, which gives you a nice, really nice, full filling. It's just like a handful, that's all you really need. We are cooking. Drop in the comments what your favorite bowl is. Let me know. I have a bowl recipe in my book, After the Nest, the Culinary Edition. A great recipe in there, similar to this one. I'll post a link in the description. We made it. So now, my vegetables are cooked to my liking. So now I'm gonna add those mandarins to it and start the glaze out. Some of them I have cut, some of them I have not. I'm just gonna see what happens. So some of them have this no skin on. I took the skin off the mandarin. And some I left on just to see what would happen if cooked with the skin on. In the kitchen you experiment, that's how you learn. And these are so delicious. I'm trying not to eat any of them. Take a look at that. So next, we're going to add our honey. I really want you guys to come in for this. I really want you to come in for this honey. Oh my gosh. Doesn't it look amazing? Doesn't it look amazing? Put the rest of our honey out. Definitely don't want to waste your honey. And that probably was about a half a cup of honey. You can see it already starting to caramelize. So make sure you mix it and continue to stir it because you don't want, it's got sugar in it, so you don't want the sugar to burn. You can always add water to it. I'm gonna let those, break up those mandarins. This is super gorgeous, you guys. Oh my goodness. My taste buds are like ready to go. Ready to go. I'm gonna add just a few red pepper flakes just to give it that heat. You don't wanna add too much, depending on your level of heat that you like. I like just a small hint of heat. That's more than enough for me. This pan is like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So I may need to add more honey to it. Trying to balance it out. Smells heavenly. So now I have my liquids in there. I'm gonna let everything sit, bury together. I'm gonna put the lid back on it. So next, my chicken. I'm gonna cook my chicken. Just keep running my oil around for my shrimp. I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking my shrimp so that way I can just put it to the side, and then add it to the chicken and the rest of the vegetables when it's ready. Try your shrimp. Everybody has enough room to cook. Oh my goodness, it smells fabulous. Fabulous, and I just put it in there. So as you know, shrimp doesn't take that long to cook. You want to make sure it gets really opaque. And you'll see it from the bottom start to curl up, if you will. It's doing quite well right there. So I'm going to remove the vegetables and the mandarins from this pan. I'm going to leave a little juice in there and let the chicken tenderloins cook in it. So now that it's simmering, I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. Let that cook. So right now my shrimp has got that opaqueness to it. Just gonna flip it over. It's gorgeous. Beautiful. Smells great. I'm crazy excited. About this meal, about these Eatz, about this Beatz. Now here's the Beatz. So now I'm going to crank it up a little bit and just let that steam come out, let it reduce. And I want to leave it soft enough where when I add it to the complete meal, vegetables and cooked chicken, I want everything to cook together and I don't want my shrimp to be overcooked. So I'm going to take it out. Put it to the side. Take a look at you guys. Oh. Ooh. And I want to see some whole pieces, leave some whole pieces behind. So what I want to happen is I want to let some of this liquid cook out of it. Just keep a little bit so when I add the chicken to it, it's going to have something to cook in after I add it back into it. So now that some of this liquid has evaporated out, I still have some left. I'm going to utilize that as well. So don't worry if you have too much liquid. I'm going to leave some behind so I can cook the chicken and then add that shrimp back into it. So now we have a little bit of glaze for a little bit of liquid for the chicken. I'm going to add some oil to the pan. Get the chicken going. You can see now that orange glaze, the Mandarin glaze on the chicken. I can't wait to see what it looks like when I flip it over. Make sure everyone has room to do what it do. This is gorgeous, you guys. So I'm going to take my heat down just a little bit. So I'll make sure this chicken is thoroughly cooked. Guys, take a look at that. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Chicken. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to add some of this juice on top of the chicken. So when I flip it over, it has that orange flavor to it. And also while it cooks, I'm so excited about this whole thing right here. So like I said, once I get my chicken done, I'm going to add my vegetables and my mandarins back in. I'm going to add my shrimp in and just give it one last cook. And then I'm going to plate my meal. Got some rice, some coconut jasmine rice. You can also do lo mein, chicken and shrimp and your vegetables, and that be it. You can add some wontons to it. You can add a plethora of things that you want. So like I said, I'm going to add my asparagus tips, my walnuts, my healthy fat, my green onions, and my sesame seeds, another healthy fat. I'm going to flip this chicken over, and I'm starting to see a little caramelization from the chicken. Give it a few more minutes on this side. Okay, I gotta bring you guys back in for this. I'm operating with one camera, so this is what we're getting. You're gonna move with me. So here's that chicken. Let's take a look. How good does that look? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's more exciting, the Eatz or the Beatz. The Beatz or the Eatz. I'm going to bring you right back around one more time once I get all this flipped over. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. This is super gorgeous. Close up. One more. This last time I do justice. So once again, I'm going to take some of that glaze on my vegetables. This bowl is hot. And I got my grandmother's hands. That woman could take a bowl, a pan out of the oven and think nothing of it. Move that around. And some parts of the pan are really getting brown. Kind of want to move into those spaces. You can see how it's caramelizing on the chicken. And before I add the vegetables back in, I'm gonna add my shrimp into it. Another flip. Make sure to say I cook, because I do, and I love it. So now I'm going to add the shrimp in. So my chicken is done. Add the shrimp back into it. Come with me again. Just come in here. Come in here. Come in here. Come in here. I promise y'all, I'm going to get another camera. But I can't let this opportunity, this moment pass for you not to see that gorgeousness in that pan. Close up and personal. So now, I'm going to add in the guest of honor. You got no, this is the guest of honor. My mandarins, my vegetables. Ooh, all of this. Just gonna let it sit right on top of this chicken and shrimp. Does anybody else when they cook, they tap, they do a little, that doesn't make the same sound, but I don't know, I guess because I love beats, like everything, I want everything to make a sound. Hey, anything I get my hands on, I will make a beat. It's just me. All right, so I'm gonna move this around. And that chicken is causing that mixture to just like brown and glaze up. And I'm so excited for it. You could do slivers of carrots. You could julienne, use some carrots. Julienne, you put the little, make little strips. I'll bring you guys over one more time. Maybe two, I don't know.